episode 199 of Candid Conversations. We're here with TreDot, and we got the video for his latest release, Love Story, produced by Ski Sharp.
Yeah, allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of TreDot, and I must admit, life is so lovely. Can't make it up, tired of being tough, I'm in love with you. Tried to mix it up, things was getting rough, time to settle down with you. This ain't a love story, simple life lesson, type confession when love makes the difference. Never thought of love, find another love. With a love, I found another way of viewing love. Wish I could sit you down for a talk. Hold your hand, see the water on the beach for a walk. Bend the knee, understand, it's together forever. Know you love me as the man I am, it gets much better. Cause it's you, what I'm seeing when I open my eyes. Yeah, it's you, what I'm feeling when I look to the sky. Yeah, it's you, the passion that's deep in my dreams. Yeah, it's you, would you wear this ring? Can't make it up, tired of being tough, I'm in love with you. Tried to mix it up, things was getting rough, time to settle down with you. Can't make it up, tired of being tough, I'm in love with you. Tried to mix it up, things was getting rough, time to settle down with you. Doing circles, don't wanna ruin this moment, brewing, kinda lost what the hell I'm doing. Set a goal, made a plan, why the hell I'm nervous? Everything is going wrong, the outcome is worth it. Tired of running, business standing on it. Every word has been said, the time is not to show it. Oh, I'm kinda lost in my thoughts. Gotta hold it together, crunch time in the fall. Kept the happiness private, good our loving the same. The realities of living, not a status explained. Not a photo with words, creating memories chose. Omitting juvenile walls, this is a goal you ain't know. Not a soul was invited, only me, bending knee. Chivalry is the imagery. Nah, you wasn't invited, only me, bending knee, my soul M-A-T-E. Can't make it up, tired of being tough, I'm in love with you. Tried to mix it up, things was getting rough, time to settle down with you. Can't make it up, tired of being tough, I'm in love with you. Tried to mix it up, things was getting rough, time to settle down with you.
All right. So we've seen a sample of what you can do, but what I want to know is, where did you get the concept from? Like, what brought that idea to you to bring it to life?
Just the whole thing of in hip hop, people don't really speak on love sometimes. People don't speak on their true emotions of fatherhood and things of that nature, man. So the whole Love Makes a Difference EP is kind of focused on that. And I
Ooh, I
had
like the
a thought of
title.
how to do a record based on romantic love that would also be similar to a love for hip hop as well. Because it also can be a love song to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to the words and how it goes through. But it's also me just thinking about being in love with a female and trying to live and navigate throughout that as an adult male, trying to figure out what I'm doing, because don't none of us know what we're doing, man. We all do it the wrong way until we figure out the right way. So,
Not wrong. Not
that,
wrong. Everybody's trying to find their way. I like the title of your album, Love Makes a Difference.
yeah, yeah.
All right. How many songs are on that?
Well, I'm doing 3 EPs at one time. I'm getting
Okay.
ready, I'm getting ready to relocate to another room.
All
But
right.
I'm doing 3 EPs at one time. Love Makes a Difference. You coming in here? Let me get out your way. Yeah, I won't be in your way. No, he's fine. It's 3 EPs. Love Makes a Difference is one of them. Another one's called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Another one is called Soul Train. Um,
Okay.
the concept was, when I started recording, we started getting so much music that was worth putting out there, man. I was like, man, let me do something different than just do 3 EPs at one time. And that's basically how it came together. Just having a conversation like I'm talking to you right now.
All
and just
right.
thought about doing something different. I mean, I'm an older MC, so everything I do is going to have to be different. It's going to have to be somewhat creative. It's going to have to be engaging. So
Mm-hmm.
that was it, man. We're not really big on the streaming services no more. We're going to try Bandcamp and direct to consumer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Doing a release party on the 30th with a live band. We're going to try
Nice.
things together. And, whenever I do interviews like these, I take them seriously, man. I try to give good interviews and solid interviews. So when I get clips from the interviews, I can keep the people engaged and want to be a part of the brand. So I'm just an adult man that loves hip hop, man, and wants to be a part of hip hop, but just wants to bring some good content that you can listen to and be thought provoking and just stand out.
That's
So
what's up. That's
yeah,
what's up. All of that resonates in your music. So, thinking about it, and you're talking about the generation of hip hop that we're in right now. What would you say was the best decade of hip hop since its conception?
I would say the 90s, man. 90, I say 90 to 2000. I would say that. Or I would say 93 to 2003.
Okay, okay.
Just want to put it in a decade because then every artist had their own style, every artist had their own image, every artist had their own sound. You could almost go to the record store, like some people know what that is. But you go to the record store, you could just buy 10 hip hop CDs and guarantee 7 out of 10 would be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just, I can't remember which day. I think it was Tuesdays when everybody dropped their new joints. I remember we would go and each one of us would get five and then we shared with each other, like when it was still cassettes, you know.
I remember making mixtapes when they're actually on tape.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean,
That
so
era where we really, really just loved everything about hip hop, the culture. Just we couldn't wait to hear new music. Watching a video show when a new video drops, we couldn't wait to see that new thing. Like
mhm.
you don't have that anymore with social media and the onslaught of material and the onslaught of artists. And even from where you're at, I'm sure you get a lot of music sent to you and a lot of artists sent your direction.
Oh man, I'm
Onslaught of
on like
material, and I'm sure
50
you get some good
gigabytes.
stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you get some good stuff, but I'm sure
Yeah.
your stuff, not so good.
Oh, I get my fair share of stuff, and it's hard to. Sometimes you get really good stuff from someone who doesn't have character, and
Oh,
sometimes you know
oh,
what I mean. That's what hurts.
yeah, I
That
like that. I never
you
heard
know what I
nobody
mean.
like that. Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and then sometimes you get decent stuff from people who are workable, but willing to work. You know
I
what I
got
mean? Like
that.
I've gone so far as dealing with a situation where I put someone on, as they say.
Yeah, yeah.
I, I put I gave someone an opportunity that I could have given to a number of people, and I've literally fed someone and had my hand bitten. But I think this figurative situation, it's on par.
Okay,
It's,
okay.
you know what I mean? So, but you just got to keep moving forward. You can't take the time and, oh no, that person did me wrong, I'm gonna turn back and do them
Yeah.
wrong. You
Well,
gotta
with
well.
with that being said, I'll say this: there's no artist development anymore, so people don't understand to where you treat every interview like it's your last. You treat every article like it's your last. You treat every encounter as if your career depends on it. Like they don't understand that process. They just understand going on the internet and potentially going viral and having these kind of situations. Like I actually enjoy the interview process. I enjoy the chance to talk to someone new, whether your podcast gets to 10 people, 10,000 or 10 million. Because when I interview with you, I really don't know your viewership. Like I can look it up, but
I
a
got
lot
I
of
could
those,
give you a general idea.
yeah,
Well, you see, as a part of the Village Global Network, which is syndicated across 193 plus countries
that's
with
dope.
listeners in each, it's safe to say we get a fair spread on the replay of the show, which is on Zeno.fm/CULCHASHOCKRADIO. Culture Shock Radio, Zeno.fm/Culture Shock Radio. We're in the mix. Come get your fix. I have to do that for purposes and reasons.
Yeah, I
We all
got it.
you know what it is? It's
Got it.
like, and that's just one of the latest developments. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to let you know that in the last 2 years, as a part of the Village Global Network, I have been promoted to Executive Global Liaison, if I'm remembering correctly. So that means anybody who wants to start a podcast as a part of the network has an opportunity to communicate and coordinate with yours truly, as well as this just came to us today, hot out of the Instagram chat. We are now allowed to promote the fact that the Village Global Network has VGN TV. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be on select TVs, select smart TVs, and a few of those streaming services. I will get the list and have it available for next week. I have a meeting tomorrow to get all those informations coordinated.
Okay.
But yeah, we're making some significant moves. So right now, the numbers don't always show true because of the amount of time that sits and all of that technical stuff. But
That's my point.
you
Yeah,
know what I mean? You
that's
never
my.
know where it's gonna get to.
Hey, man, I treat every interview the same way, man. I take pride in my interviews. You know what I mean? I take pride in my conversations. I take pride in the people I meet and how I carry myself, man. My image is all encompassing about how I move. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't have an interview and just be a dry person because I'm not a dry person anyway. But
No.
understand the power in every conversation and the power within every interaction. A lot of people don't understand that when it's pushing this music because you are your brand. Like
Ooh,
I'm the label, I'm the marketing department, I'm all of that myself. So
you are the product, and that
yeah,
is the motto of Culture Shock.
yeah.
I like at Culture Shock, we are the product. And speaking of products, we got a few to show you, so we'll be right back.
All right.
And we're back. I have to do that for the purposes of
Yeah, yeah.
editing.
I know the song. Yeah.
It's all good. We gotta make sure the breaks are there and listed because this is a formal format. So I am right now teaching myself through the show. So when I watch the replay, I see what I have to do by the memory of it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
bear with me as I, you know what I mean, get this stuff sorted. But
No,
um,
it's great to be here, man. Everything is good, man. We're gonna figure it out.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So what would you say has been your biggest obstacle or the biggest obstacle you overcame in in your career?
Well, the biggest obstacle I've overcame is just, battling depression in my 40s, in years when I could have been enjoying life, my late 30s and 40s, depression, alcoholism, overcoming that. And I had a period of time where I lost 100 pounds. I had extreme sleep apnea, man. So overcoming all of that was my biggest obstacle. And there's one way to look at it where I could say, oh, I could have done a lot of music in that time. I could have maybe done a movie or two, but then I look at it as if that was meant to happen for me to be the man I am now. So I overcame all of that, and I'm also looking into getting in the world of therapy now myself. I'm studying to get into that. So, I needed
Okay.
that to grow. So that was my biggest obstacle, man. That's why now my music will have a meaning, it will have some soul to it because it's actually coming from the soul. I know a lot of artists tell you that, but I'm really coming from the soul. It's like real, real, and it ain't no cap. Everything I write is real life experience or an experience that I was confronted in. You know what I mean? There's no storytelling, there's no fantasizing, there's no movie being done. The life is a movie because it is the real life.
Oh man, that's a fact. So, knowing that you've overcome that, what would you say? What in what field would you say you've been underrated? Like, or what area would you say you've been underrated?
I would say lyrically, man, because if you're not talking about drugs and killing somebody, they don't really pay attention to what you're really talking about right now.
Okay, okay.
And I come from an era where there was power in being original, there was power in being unique, there was power in being able to create a mood and an emotion. And I think I do a good job of creating the mood and the emotions that I'm trying to portray, that I'm trying to convey, that I'm trying to deliver. I think I do a good job with that. There's not a lot of what I do and how I put it out there. I'm not reinventing the wheel because that's impossible within Atlanta hip hop. You just have to put your own stamp on it. So I think lyrically, I'm underrated to that point. So it's a challenge to get people to listen. And first of all, when you're a new artist, the biggest challenge is just getting somebody to listen.
True.
Because there's so much out there. Just like when we do this interview, it's going to be a challenge to get people to watch the interview so you can hear what I'm saying. Because you want people, as an artist, you actually want people to fall in love with you as an artist more than just your
Yep.
music. Because you
Yep.
can love a person's music and don't like them as a person, and you'll never listen to them again. But if
And
you
that
love a person, you'll listen again and give them a chance to give you what you want to hear. So I'm big on that, huge on that.
hands down. I read
Even
this one.
having I had to cut you off. Even with having a clothing brand I'm putting together called Love Mad, and
Okay.
Mad is makes a difference. So it's actually Love Makes a Difference, but the brand
Okay.
Mad. So it's just
That's dope. I like that. I like that.
but
We do. Okay, go ahead.
but that's the thing though. If you don't like me as a person and like the things I say and convey, you ain't even looking at my brand. You're like, man, he's a dick. I ain't fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? So
Like
you
I
know,
said, the skill without the character.
yeah, yeah. So with the music and the clothing, and eventually I'm gonna start a podcast on my own where it's
Okay.
be on self-reflection and and accountability is the main things I'm gonna speak on. And I'm actually having fun with it, man. It's actually my therapy.
All
Um,
right. Well, I
yes,
wouldn't mind being on that podcast if we talk about self-reflection and all of that stuff. Because I think mental health is one of the things that we don't really talk about as often as we probably could and or should as men,
I believe it.
or
Yeah, great.
Afrocentric men even. So to know that I've had my own endeavors to overcome, it does kind of shape how you address other people. I find in some ways it's like, well,
It
I
does.
don't want anyone to feel the way I feel right now, so I'm gonna maybe have to go out of my way to create a better feeling for this person so that they can maybe pass on the positive. But sometimes that's more draining, I
Well,
find
you know,
anyways.
it is. It is. We have to do a better job supporting each other. But honestly, the three EPs I'm dropping, every one of those deal with that. You know, like on one of my records, Only You, it starts off saying conquer depression to realize it ain't never leaving. Because depression never leaves you. You just know how to navigate throughout those, you know what I'm saying, situations. So,
Mm,
and I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way, but it's like you have a fear of talking about it. You have a fear of talking to your lady about it because you think your lady is going to look at you a certain way, and that's detrimental. You know, that's a detriment. And you know, your woman should be a support system if you have that woman there. Your family should be a support system, and us as friends or as brothers, we should be support systems. And we have to do a better job of that because a lot of us are going through the same things. We just don't know it because we don't talk about it.
it's true, and that's part of the reason we have these candid conversations. Candid Conversations, episode 199. We are here with TreDot. I'm
I
pretty
like
sure.
that's dope. Candid conversation. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you have a lot of interview based podcasts and formats like that. But this is just like we met in a random location, and you had something interesting to say, and I continued the conversation with you. It's like
I like
kind
that.
of showing people how we can communicate respectfully over the internet.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Eh,
I like that. That fits in with the kind of music and the kind of t-shirts and hoodies and hats that I'm gonna bring to the people. There's a story behind it. And also with Love Mad, Love Makes a Difference was my father's trial sermon back in 1985. That's why
okay.
I Love Mad 1985. He did a sermon in New York City when I was still living in New York called Love Makes a Difference. He doesn't even know I named my brand Love Mad. Like he's 89 years old. He don't care anyway. But eventually I'll tell him, give him a t-shirt. But that's the origin of it. So it's a long story behind it. You know, and black people, we like story. We love storylines, love backing stories. We love to
You
know
know,
why'd you write that song or why'd you use that artwork. We love that. That's how hip hop used to be. We had a storyline.
if I could make a recommendation, you should include like you know how like academics and some of those other brands include those pieces of cardboard in there with the story on it.
Ooh, no,
Yeah,
huh? Oh man, yeah, I owe you
yeah,
what you. I like that.
yeah. There
No,
you go. That one's on me.
that's
That,
dope. That's dope. That'll kill him. I'm doing an album release party August 30th, man. I'm gonna try to get some of those with every purchase. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put one of those in the bag. I'm gonna figure out how
yep,
that made up, how Love Makes a Difference came together. I like that.
yep, yep.
I gotta stay in touch with you, man. I like that. We gotta talk again.
Where are you located?
I'm in North Carolina right now.
North Carolina. Oh my gosh. I don't think you understand how many times I've bumped people out of my way at the mention of that state.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think I don't know who, like, I'm surprised I haven't seen something to do with Ric Flair and PD Pablo. And I'm positive mentioning it,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen at some time in the next year. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know why. I don't know why. I just feel like calling that just because I like I know I have influence. I just try to use it for the best.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I don't want to. It's like, okay, for example, I'm in my I'm in my study right now,
Yeah, I got you.
and I have this saying from a song where I say I'm international from my yard.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on UK radio. I've been I did a tour in the beginning of June with the VP of the artist development for Cash Money Records. Shout outs to Chuck Ice. You know what I mean? Then followed that up with a performance opening for Lloyd Banks. And then I got a couple of shows happening in August. The Afro Caribbean Festival is happening on August 10th.
It's dope.
You know what I mean? So we got a lot of things that are just jumping off, and it's like people like if I were to talk about the things that I was doing in at length, it would sound like I'm bragging or trying to show off.
Nah, it only sounds like that to people that ain't doing nothing. I want to get down with the festival scene. I think I
Well,
do.
well, I mean, like I am one of those Culture Shock and Jacks of All Trades are and Exposed to North are all sponsors of or some of the sponsors of the second annual Afro Caribbean Festival that is happening at Merritt Park on August 10th and 11th from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
I have a package that I can send to you that you can look through and see in what manner you want to participate in the festival. So, like, you could sponsor the festival, you could volunteer for the festival. There's artist performance packages and things of that nature that we can submit to you that you can look over and see which one benefits you most. Then go that way.
Okay.
Booking prices are reasonable, but like, yeah, we still have a little bit of time for this one, but given the distance and proximity and all that stuff, we could take the time to make it work for next year.
So Merritt Park is where? You in
Merritt
Canada?
Park, and yes, I'm in Welland, Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
So
I'm out here, trying to infusing some life into the music scene. I work with people the likes of Driving Under Insanity, Memoirs of a Mustache, the POE is a poetically organized entity. I say politically, but he tries to stay out of that stuff. But before I get into the rest of that, we're gonna take a break and come right back.
all right.
And we're back. All right. So as we were saying before the break, there's a few people that I do work with that have put me in a better position in my pursuits, we'll say. Um, each of the aforementioned artists that I work with, or sorry, one I call an executive producer because he hates it. Um,
Yeah.
but what I mean, it's a going joke that we have. He's very knowledgeable and he's humble until someone steps out of line, and then he humbles them with his knowledge. So,
Gotcha.
gotta give him that credit. But yeah, he is the reason that I was on UK radio because I did a collaboration on a composition he made with someone else. That's the name of the artist, someone else.
Okay.
Then we're on there. Then the POE is someone who put me onto working at Canada's largest haunted attraction, Haunt Manor, which is opening again in October, actually the last weekend of September, and every weekend in October. You can get yourself terrified or terrorized by going to Haunt Manor. Google it. There's no other one like it.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? I got to get the address. Like, I got to remember the address so I can spit it out just as well as I did that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
Yeah. Yeah.
we, we get into it. So, um, what would you say? Because I'm not really into. I wasn't really into like horror movies or scary movies or anything like that. But it's interesting when people want to be scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's one thing when you're just walking down the street and someone pops up on you and you jump out of your skin. But when you know you're going to get terrorized and you're openly prepared for that, it makes the experience so much different.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I'm telling you, the amount, like my fiance actually caused someone to liquid scream.
Okay.
A liquid scream is when you release part of your fluids because you're so scared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just for anybody in the back who might not have picked that up. So, you know what you know what I mean? Like it's legit terror. Subsequently, she also got kicked in the chest.
Damn.
Yeah, like she went in. She's savage.
Oh,
I love it. It's great. So yeah, and it's just one of those things. So like, what what endeavor would you embark on that doesn't entirely line up with what you're known for?
that's a good one, man. I can't really say therapy because that kind of does fit in with the artistic expression. Um, I would say real estate, man. I really would want to get into affordable housing.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to get into event spaces.
Okay.
Giving people a place to be creative, and also want to have a place where I could bring kids in and teach them the power of poetry and the power of reading and the power of being to express yourself. I would love to do that and being a mentor from that position. I think if more children knew the power in poetry and reading and artistic expression, I think that would give them an outlet, more so than just, playing video games and being aggravated out there in the streets and
Yep.
not being able to process information, because we have to be able to get these youth in a position to process information. I would love to be able to put programs together to, help kids do that. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
really, plan to be able to attempt to do that, even if I can only help two or three children. That's still powerful. Now, if you can
That's
save one, I mean, we got to get our communities back from that nature. So I would say that, man, real estate,
commendable.
putting some positions in place where I own some buildings where I could do some powerful things.
Here's another suggestion. Oh my gosh. Because I feel like you have the ability to put this together. What I'm looking for, and this is something that was suggested to me by Jacks of all trades, and I don't even want to say it out loud, but I'll say it right now because of your idea. A school, like a school that's been closed down,
Yeah,
and just retrofit it so each area can be a different discipline. For me, I'd have like a audio room, a video room, photography room, greenhouse,
yeah.
kitchen, you know what I mean? And then like living quarters.
Well, in the South, you got a lot of old schools that aren't being used. I mean, I didn't think of that. That's something to try to get some government funding for, and go put
Fam,
together.
you
Nice.
guys have some houses out there for the low.
Yeah, that too. That
I've
too.
seen, but like I can only imagine how much a school, like how affordable a school would be. I saw, again, this is something that my fiance showed me. I saw a house that was like 6 bedrooms for like $1,100. No, 11, no, $110,000 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something like that in Canada, you're looking at like 700 to a mil.
Well, you gotta understand too. In North Carolina, there are a lot of places that are going through gentrification right now. So
Oh,
you can get some property real cheap, but it'll be,
okay.
something maybe that's run down. But it's a lot of gentrification going on. Like where I live at, I mean, townhouses that cost $70,000 10 years ago, value right now at 350. You know what I mean? So it's as a people, I say this: we got to keep in touch and really pay attention to what's going on around us.
We really gotta wise up
Yeah,
because
but
like
when I bought my townhouse, it was
yeah,
only white family in my community.
okay.
Now it's half and half. So a lot of us were selling out to them, thinking we had to come up because they offered us a little bit more than what we paid for. But now I told you, you're talking about in a 10-year span,
Yeah,
70,000, 50. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do to, make a $280,000 profit in 10 years.
can't like
Think about
I've I'm sitting here like I rent. That's the thing that sucks. Like because I don't get that equity. But I for the last 4 years have been lobbying for rent equity. I want them to take a percentage of my rent and put it in an account. And I have to qualify for rent equity. I have to be able to pay 12 consecutive months of that equal percent,
Okay.
right? And then after qualifying, it goes into another account like a GIC or a stock or a bond or something that it, excuse me, that it can increase the interest rate by 2.5% or more, because that's how much the annual rental increase is. So after 3 to 5 years of maturity in that account, I'm able to take that money to renovate or relocate to where I want to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's something that can be applied universally.
Okay. Okay. I hear that. I hear that.
It doesn't have to be just in Canada. Like, you know what I mean? Like the thing that burned me was I've been here for 12 years. I have these my neighbors are paying more for rent than me. One like 150% more, and another almost 200% more.
Damn.
Right? And it's just crazy how the market works. It's like they want to move you around, so you have to pay more increasingly.
That's true.
So
That's true. That's true.
you know what I mean? So
It's
like,
all about knowledge and information. I don't care what the topic is. Like I always tell my son, everything
mhm.
in life is about knowledge and information.
Yes, sir.
If you're knowledgeable and you have the information, then you can make an educated decision as an adult as you move forward. But most of us don't have the knowledge because we're lacking the information. And those that have the knowledge and information don't share this knowledge and information.
Mhm.
A lot of us are left in the dark, and then you get into your 50s and into your 60s, you don't know what's going on. Like even if you're behind the eight ball, if you have the knowledge and information, you can navigate around that. You can overcome your trials and your tribulations. But a lot of us don't have that knowledge or information to even make the right decisions. So we treadmill our whole entire life.
Yeah. Well, divine achievements bring life's opportunity carrying knowledge. This is the block, and it is episode 199 of Candid Conversations. We're here with TreDot, and
Yep.
we are on the Village Global Network. Hopefully, this episode makes it to TV because I did it right. Crossing my fingers because I have to have, you know what I mean, that faith in what I'm doing. Speaking of faith, we got a couple of shows happening. August 8th at the Club 88 on St. Paul in St. Catharines, we have the takeover going on, brought to you by Rabbit Gang. Also, August 29th, we have Live and Loud going on. There's going to be a cavalcade of artists on that card, including the likes of King D Pie, Johnny Armani, Timmy Two Tokes, BLS, the Black Lion Society, and more. So, come down to St. Catharines on a weekend or a Thursday or something, and we gonna get it live for you. We're gonna get it live for you. All right. Coming back. Um, when we come back from our next segment, we're gonna do something that is called flipping the script. So when I flip the script, we'll see how you feel about certain situations, because you will have the freedom to speak as you so desire.
Okay.
And with that, we will be right back. All right, we're back. So, like I said before, we're going to flip the script. And when we flip the script, we give the guest the opportunity to be the host and ask any questions that they may have or speak on any topics we might have missed that they wanted to bring up. So, TreDot, you have the floor as we flip the script.
Well, I'll ask you as a host of a radio show and the things that you're doing within the music community.
Mhm.
What do you think that's missing with today's artists as far as representing the hip hop culture in a positive way?
I Part of me wants to say drive, and the other part of me wants to say tenacity.
Okay.
It's like they expect to be respected or accepted without the proper energies being projected. And a lot of them talk in a way that I'm sure they're trying to keep their egos protected. But it's just to be true. to truly express yourself with any art, you have to make yourself vulnerable in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of people put up this wall that I'm impregnable. You know what I mean? Like Achilles fell by his heel. You know what I mean? Like it takes a small chink in any armor. My dad told me a lot of the time that it takes a small axe to drop a tall tree. So don't let your size get to you. And I think that's where some people are. Some people think they're bigger than they are.
Okay.
And the people who should have that perspective most times don't.
I get you. I get you.
Hmm.
Well, what do you? Let me ask you this then. What do you think about streaming? As far as you think it's been a positive for the culture or a negative?
I think once we understand the mechanics of the streaming, we can take advantage of it. I mean, look at all the people who are licensing Prince's and Michael Jackson's music. They're making stupid amounts of money, ridiculous amounts of money. And all they're really doing, but it starts with what you said earlier, support. If I'm not supporting what my brother's doing, then my brother's not going to do as well as another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And for that to be the case, there's a lot of it's like basically I'm trying to say that there's people who can't look at others being successful and appreciate them for their success.
Well, people also
And
realize your success doesn't equate to my demise.
that's that's it right there. That's it right there. Like my success can be or my success can be our success.
Well, your
You know what
success
I mean?
is a stepping stone towards my success as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's a matter of just realizing that things are possible, but you have to put the effort in to make it happen. And I find in some situations there are people who want to be kings in other people's kingdoms.
Well,
You
we
know what
spoke
I
about it before. It's all knowledge and information. Some people don't know. It's like always wanting to be the man or wanting to be the king of your city as an artist or
mean?
wanting to be the king of hip hop or the queen of hip hop. And instead of everybody can make money, everybody can make consistent money. I'd rather have a consistent career over an extended period than just have a quick hit and then just fall.
Look, man, I'll look at it like this. I'd rather get $1 from 1,000 people than $1,000 from one person because that one person's likely going to want that $1,000 back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And call it what you want to, but that's just how I see it. You
Well,
know
that's
what I
the
mean?
way it is. Honestly, that's the only way it is. And that also goes back to knowledge and information.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
and I think my generation, our generation, 'cause I'm sure we're in the same age range, we did a
Hmm.
poor job getting our kids prepared for what this world has. And then when they came into this world unprepared, we turned our backs on them for making mistakes. You know, and that's my big problem. Like even within the work environment, I'm always, the younger people always gravitate towards me because I actually talk to them directly. You
Hmm.
know, see what they're doing that I don't approve of, but they don't need me to tell them that. But I can guide them through these processes and through these movements. Because
Hmm.
when people make changes in life, they make them when they choose to make them. Even
Yep.
if it's your idea, they have to be in a position to realize that this change is necessary. And the key to anything as far as being a leadership or being a leader is getting people to make changes without them realizing you're the person that inspired that change.
Yo, we gotta talk, bro. We gotta keep the connection open. Trying to bridge the gap as we expose the North. You're in North Carolina. I'm north of the border. It is what it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's
definitely.
reasons.
Definitely.
There's reasons. And if you are interested in that festival thing, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure we can make
let me
that
know.
happen for
Um,
next.
Send me the information because I'm trying to get with some festivals and I'm supposed to do two tours next year. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out though. One was the Philippines and there's some shit out there in Japan. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it because when they send me the information, I gotta read through it. I don't know if it's what I want to do or how I want to do it because either way, I don't know if I want to do that. But that's what I really want to do. I want to get in front of people with the brand. I want to really reach out to the people, man, and not be complacent. You know, I'm laying the foundation now. And next year, I definitely want to get out here and reach out to people, man. I know I got one show set for Florida out there in Miami in September. As a DJ that's been very supportive with WVCC Radio. And like I said, I love what I'm doing, man. If it makes sense, man, I'm gonna pull up. It makes sense. I'm gonna pull up, and I'm gonna pull up with Love Mag Clothing. And, I'm gonna pull
All
up with my,
right.
and we're gonna have the I'm the ultimate boom bap soul experience. That's what I call it.
That yeah, I definitely heard that boom bap soul in the track. Here's one thing that I usually do every year. We do something called the celebration of celebrations, where we reach out to people and artists, businesses all over the world, and get them to submit content or appear live.
Yeah,
And if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know. I just sent you my oh shoot, hold on. I'm gonna send you my IG in the private chat.
bro. I want to be a part of any and everything that makes sense, man. If I got the day off at work, if I can get there, if I got the vacation time, it's all about the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? I want my main thing is I just want people to hear the music, man. I feel if people hear the music, I feel everything will take care of itself. That's why I take every
Yep.
interview serious, man, because I don't know who you might know. You know what I'm saying? But if you can leave here and be like, yo, that nigga TreDot is all right, man. I wouldn't mind talking to him off the grid and let's really try to do something. Then I did what I was supposed to have done. I'm not here to interview with you and just give you a bunch of bullshit answers and have you try to figure out what I'm talking about. This
Mm,
is promoting my brand in totality. The all-encompassing brand of TreDot. I'm trying to bring two people to where even when you feel this interview,
yeah.
you're gonna look for something. You're gonna look to hear something. You're gonna look to see something further. That's the
Yep.
goal. Just like you want to get your show out there, I got to get my name out there. So we help
Exactly. So one hand washes the other, both hands wash the face. We
definitely.
got this song queued up for those of you who are just tuning in. It's called Love Story by TreDot. Check it out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of TreDot. And I must admit, life is so lovely. I'm in love with you. Try to mix it up. Things getting rough. I'll settle down with you. This ain't a love story. Simple like a lesson. Inside confession when love makes the difference. Never thought of love. Find another love. With a lover, find another way of viewing love. Wish I could sit you down for a talk. Hold your hand. See the water on the beach for a walk. Bend the knee. Understand. It's together forever. Know you love me as the man I am. It's much better. Cause it's you. What I'm seeing. When I open my eyes. Yeah, it's you, what I'm feeling when I look in the sky. Yeah, it's you, the passion that's deep in my dreams. Yeah, it's you, what you let it bring. I'm in love with you. Try to mix it up, things getting rough. I'll settle down with you. Can't make it up, tired of being tough. I'm in love with you. Try to mix it up, things getting rough. I'll settle down with you. Doing circles. Don't wanna ruin this moment, brewing kinda lost. What the hell I'm doing? Set a goal, made a plan. Why the hell I'm nervous? Everything is going wrong, the outcome is worth it. Tired of running, this is standing on it. Every word has been said, the time is not to show it. Oh, I'm kinda lost in my thoughts. Gotta hold it together, crunch time in the fall. Kept the happiness private, good on loving the same. The reality is a living, not a status displaying, not a photo with words. Creating memories, chose, a million juvenile ball. This is a goal, you ain't know. Not a soul was invited, only me, bending knee. Chivalry is the imagery. Nah, you wasn't invited, only me, bending knee. My soul M-A-C-E. I'm in love with you. Trying to mix it up, things getting rough. With you. Can't make it up, tired of being tough. I'm in love with you. Trying to mix it up, things getting rough. Time to settle down with you.
All right, all right, all right. Y'all can find that song on Bandcamp. Let them know your site link.
Yeah, just go on Bandcamp, TreDot. The name of the song is Love Story, or you can go to my website, TreDotmusic.com. That's TREDOT music.com. I got another site, SoulTreMusic.com. SoulTremusic.com. And all my socials is Boss Straight Dot. And I got some other ones though, but Boss Straight Dot is my main socials. Trey Dot Music, and I also got one Trey podcast because I have a podcast called the Black Male Podcast. That's
Okay.
on YouTube. That's on Spotify. That's with me and one of my partners, TS. So I'm all over the place doing some things, man. Trying to stay heard, trying to stay relevant.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is episode 199 of Candid Conversations, and we're about to close it down. Mad shouts to MJ for making this connection. Bless up, King. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. If you stay with us after the podcast ends, we'll make sure we exchange our information properly and get everything on there. I am at the Block Online on Twitter, exposednorth@gmail.com. But we'll go so far as say 289-501-6236. That's my cell phone number. Don't call me no craziness. I'll just block you. Either way. Either way. We about to do the thing. Thank you for your time. Appreciate your effort and your energy. And on behalf of TreDot, bless up. We out.
Yeah, indeed.